I'm Nicole Gupte, Communications Manager at Philanthropy Northwest, here with Ilsa Govan of Cultures Connecting, and she's also the co-author of Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion, Strategies for Facilitating Conversations on Race. She's just facilitated our workshop on culturally competent leadership in philanthropy, which was a full house. So tell us a little bit about what was the goal of this workshop?
Well, the goal of the workshop was to really just set the stage, the foundation. I wanted people to walk away with some tools for having ongoing conversations about racism, privilege, power, cultural competency, and all these issues that are often hard to talk about. So I wanted people to learn not just more about the issues themselves, but how to engage in an ongoing way in conversations about the issues. So I started out with those tools for people, and then I also set the stage with a framework of cultural competence being awareness of oneself, knowledge of others, skills in action and advocacy, with the idea that if we have a common language to talk about this, then we can identify what are the areas that we need to work on, and that helps us to create a roadmap in a variety of different organizations for how do you move this work forward depending on the work that you've already done, or what your greatest needs are at this moment.
Was there an aha moment that surprised you or the group at this workshop?
I always learn things in the workshop, and it's always interesting to me at the end to hear what stood out to people in the workshop. And I think one of the things that one person brought up at the end was the idea of equity versus equality. And although it seems like a really simple idea, just the redistribution of resources to create greater equity. And in thinking about that in the context of philanthropy, one of the things that I said is that we too often see institutional barriers as individual failures. And so that you're not thinking about the communities that you're working with as having deficits, and getting away from the idea of a meritocracy, and that we've all gotten what we have because of our hard work, and instead thinking about how do we create greater equity rather than working for everybody gets the same thing, because we are not all starting at the same starting point in the race.
Thank you for your time.